My name is Cody Gall, and today I'm at the North Carolina Museum of Art, and I have a question for you. Do you remember this? What about this? What about this piece of trash? No, I'm not talking about Barry Soetoro. Barack Obama. I'm talking about the art over his shoulder. These are the work of paint-by-numbers expert Kehinde Wiley. Now, you can't say that Kehinde Wiley's subpar crappy pseudo-art sucks, because not only is Kehinde Wiley black, he also has anal sex with other men. So if you criticize him in any way, you're a Nazi. One of his incredibly violent, horribly racist, and moderately skilled paintings has, for a couple years, been hanging up here at the North Carolina Museum of Art. I'm sure this painting has a name, but we'll just call it I Hate White People Because Blah by Kehinde Wiley. Now, we have Larry Wheeler to thank for this liberal hate being displayed at the North Carolina Museum of Art for the past few years. To give you an idea of who Larry Wheeler is an activist for having lots of anal sex between gay men. He's also the former director of the North Carolina Museum of Art, and he's the kind of person who uses hundreds of thousands of dollars of taxpayer money to go on lavish, luxurious vacations with people like Mary Easley, the wife of former Democrat governor of North Carolina, Mike Easley, to places like Russia and Estonia to stay at hotels that cost $800 a night. Larry Wheeler justifies these lavish trips on taxpayer dollars because he says that when he goes overseas, it's a good investment opportunity for North Carolina because that's how he facilitates borrowing their artwork to have special exhibits at the Museum of Art. Like, for example, the Monet exhibit. So, let's compare and contrast what conservatives versus liberals want to do for your economy, North Carolina. Conservatives want to lower regulations and incentivize agricultural growth and manufacturing growth to have a vibrant middle class and a self-sufficient economy. Liberals want you slave peasants to pay for my vacation so I can go to Europe and Russia and have anal sex and hang out with other art museum directors and get their fancy paintings.
I don't live in the real world. 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 I don't live in the real world.
It's so gay, it's so good. So, worry not, because under the Republican-controlled state legislature here in North Carolina, Larry has been replaced with Valerie Hillings. Valerie Hillings is an independent, and she is the new director at the North Carolina Museum of Art. And she has removed Kehinde Wiley's racist crap along with other perverted art. So North Carolina will probably not be getting Kehinde Wiley's new work, a statue called Rumors of War, showing a black guy in the back of a horse, that he hopes will use the language of equestrian portraiture to both embrace and subsume the fetishization of state violence. Because only racist white people ride horses. Blah, blah, blah.
We are recruiting a new cowboy today. His name is Clebo Hawkins, y'all. And he's going to ride bareback. Okay, that was attempt number one. He just playing. He know how to get on, y'all. Y'all, I hope he just playing. Ooh! All right. Oh! 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 Hey, Cleo, get that horse! Cleo, get that horse! I got you, Cleo!
So come on down and support the North Carolina Museum of Art and encourage Valerie Hillings to continue to de-liberalify this fine institution. You know, I'm not really a fan of modern art, but this right here, this is some of the least horrible modern art I've ever seen. Not really sure why the exhibit is off on the side of the field like this. I don't know.